Now, this morning, one of the Republicans behind one of the more eye-popping examples we just showed you is hardly backing off, more like leaning in. Our own Caldwell and a couple of other reporters caught up with Congressman Clyde just in the last few minutes this morning, asking him clarify what did you mean when you said that the January 6th insurrectionists looked like tourists?
Do you stand by those statements?
Do you regret saying that? Five people died, including police officers, and you're here today honoring police officers.
If you're honest in your statement.
What's wrong about it when that's what you said?
Think about what you just said. You didn't take what I said in context at all.
So can you explain to us? Explain to us. Explain to us.
Go listen to what I said. Okay.
We did.
So do you believe that January 6th was an insurrection?
I'm joined now by NBC News Justice correspondent Pete Williams. Pete, we wanted to bring you on for an update on what the reality is as far as the arrests that have happened for those who participated in the attack. Where does the investigation stand right now?
Well, first of all, I want to say that Congressman Clyde is right about one thing. At the very beginning, when people got into the Capitol, the first shots that we saw did look like tourists walking through Statuary Hall. But that didn't last very long. To answer your question, Hallie, the Justice Department has now arrested more than 450 people. And it says in court documents that government lawyers will probably still make cases against at least 500 and maybe more. Yesterday, during the hearing at which Congressman Clyde made that comment, the police chief in Washington said he thinks more than 1,000 people got in there. Now, clearly, there are two distinct groups of people. There are those folks who just came in and sort of stood around and grinned into their phones and took selfies and left. But there's a smaller group of people that did damage to the Capitol, ransacked offices, and a subgroup of that of people who actually attacked police officers. The Metropolitan Police and the Capitol Police say that at least 140 officers were injured during the Capitol riots. So clearly it was a lot more than just tourists. The whole idea of the hearing yesterday was to be a fact-finding hearing about two big questions that remain unanswered. What about the intelligence leading up to January 6th? What did the government know? Did it know enough that it failed to spot all the social media messages that said that all hell might break loose? And then secondly, what happened on the 6th itself? How did the National Guard get there and so forth? That question can probably only be answered by a 9/11 style commission. But what we saw at the hearing yesterday indicates why Congress still hasn't agreed to do that.
Pete Williams. Listen, Pete, we should note, too, going back to Congressman Clyde's statement, there was that one shot. I remember it vividly because I was on the air with Lester Holt at the time, along with our Hill team,
right.
when we showed it, of the high shot that we often see looking at the rotunda. I think you know the shot I'm talking about. I don't know if we have it. And people were sort of milling about. It became clear, Pete, very quickly, as you point out, that this was not at all a tourist situation with the violence and some of the scenes that we saw. Pete, really quickly before I let you go, do you have any sense of if there were to be a 9/11 style commission for January 6th, how long something like that would take to kind of uncover some of the questions, some of the answers to the questions you're pointing out here?
I would say if they do it right, it would take many months, possibly up to a year.
Okay. Pete Williams, live for us here in our Washington newsroom. Pete, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.